Hey there guys, IronicRebound here. Just wanted to do a quick review on a new product I've been trying out recently. I actually had the product previously that I purchased, and since then I was actually contacted by the supplier or the manufacturer. The WeePro Anti-Fog visor insert. So it functions as, if most will know who ride PinLock visor. PinLock visors on some of the more expensive helmets are a little bit on the pricey side, but invaluable in colder weather riding, insofar as that they virtually eliminate all fogging by sandwiching a layer of air between the outer windshield or the outer windscreen or the visor and a thin layer on the inside. And like windows in your house, the air provides a cushion or a barrier insulating the outside temperatures, colder, let's say in this case, as it is fall, and the warmer temperatures inside your helmet, your breath breathing on the visor. So the way these things work, it's actually a universal system where it's a small sheet of plastic. It's like a clear plexi, flexible, moderately scratch resistant, and then using a template you adhere it to the inside of your visor. There's all along the outer edge of it, there's an adhesive gasket, rubber with adhesive on it. So one-time use, they do last. I've had one for up to a year, and they do last relatively well. I suppose after a certain amount of time the adhesive wears out. If you're trying to take your visor off in order to clean it, you've got to be extra careful, because if you flatten out your visor you're going to break the seal on it because it's affixed to the curved surface. Does a great job. No fogging up at all on the actual surface of the anti-fog insert. You do get fogging around the exterior of it where you don't have the insert, so it's pretty noticeable when it's really doing its job.
6.5 hours later.
All in all, a fantastic product. The only downside I've really noticed, to be honest, is it is a little bit easy to scratch. It's obviously easier to scratch than your visor itself. So trying to wipe it, be very careful. Soft cloth only. Watch for any dust and debris. Gets pretty scratched up otherwise. Longevity wise, I'd say you're looking at least a year if you're taking if you're not really removing the visor much. I would say about a year. I think if you're the type of person that's swapping visors a lot, that pulling and like the twisting of the actual curved visor is going to help that gasket. Is going to cause that gasket to peel away that much sooner. It's not really reusable. It's sort of a one-time deal. Installation's pretty easy. Comes with some templates you put on the outside, measured up towards the inside, and you really line up towards the opening rather well. They're relatively inexpensive compared to a typical PinLock visor, where depending on your helmet you may not even have the option. Helmets like Arai, Shoei, Bell, some of the Bell as well, they obviously do have options for the PinLock, but some of the cheaper helmets don't even have the option, so you'd really be the only option for you if you wanted a PinLock system. So generally it's going to set you back about 20 to 30 bucks Canadian. So obviously do the exchange rate on US. It's available online. I've also seen it available on Amazon. I'm going to put links below to the actual supplier, manufacturer. They provided me these most recent ones. It comes in clear. I believe there's a tint as well, and there is a photochromatic, I guess, which changes color with daylight. It actually tints. Probably not as dark as an actual tinted visor like I have on now. And probably would not work if you have a tinted visor. It'd only work with a clear. I haven't tested that out yet. I do have a clear visor, and I think they sent me one, so I would like to check that out. With photochromatic plastics, typically you get what you pay for, so I'm a little skeptical, but it's possible that it does a decent job considering it's not much plastic. All in all, fantastic product, great for winter riding. Obviously winter, the cold being the challenge on your body and the temperature, it's also a challenge on condensation and fogging up, visibility being crucial obviously to what we do on the road. I typically I have had this on for much of the year, but it's really now nights like tonight in late fall where you do notice the need for it quite a bit more. Even now wearing it, I can see in my peripheral and above and below, right along the edge, I see that it's fogging up quite a bit wherever the internal anti-fog insert is not covering. So as far as the insert area itself, totally clear. I don't get an ounce of fogging happening at all. Again, over time that's going to wear down a bit. The adhesives wear out, moisture, hot, cold, things like that. But for the price, you could go through a couple of these a year, which is unlikely. But even if you went through a couple of these a year, I think it would still outlast. It would still be well within the price of a PinLock visor itself, an official one. And if you were extra careful with it, only had it on, let's say, a separate shield that you have this anti-lock insert on generally, that could last you a good long time. It wouldn't be an issue. I want to thank WeTech for sending me the product, and I do highly recommend it. Aside from the few negatives which I've mentioned, there's really nothing else wrong with this product. It's a fantastic option for someone wanting to ride even when it's cold, when it's rainy, the rain being a big pain in our ass when it comes to fogging. Great idea. So check it out. Check out the webpage below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to put a little maneuver here. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace and ride safe.